What's up guys, Mr. SLIN here with another video about competitive TF2. Now, when I ask you the question, which game that Blizzard makes is most similar to Team Fortress 2, what game comes to mind? Now, most of you guys are going to say Overwatch, and please don't shoot me when I say this. I actually would like to make a different kind of comparison. In some ways, I think that World of Warcraft is more similar to TF2 than Overwatch. And I know that seems really contrived, but let me just kind of make this argument. You know, when people play Overwatch, they define themselves by the type of class that they play. I'm a support main, I'm a DPS main, I'm a tank main. When you play World of Warcraft, you actually define yourself, yeah, you could say you're a tank main or I'm a healer, but you're more likely to define yourself as the class that you play. I'm a warrior main, I'm a rogue main, I'm a druid main. And that's kind of how people define themselves in Team Fortress as well. People don't say, I'm a support main, I'm a defense main, I'm an offense main. They say, I'm a pyro main, I'm a medic main, I am a soldier main. And I think part of the reason why that's the case is because of the number of classes that are in the game. You know, Overwatch has so many different heroes, and they're coming out with more heroes all the time. World of Warcraft has 12 classes, TF2 has 9. There's a very limited number of classes that you can choose from, and once you choose that class, you're very heavily invested into that class, and that's because each class has so much depth to it, so much to learn, so much to understand, that it's very difficult without spending a lot of hours to get a full knowledge of 4 different classes in TF2. That's going to take a lot of time and practice to get to that level where you need to be good at all of the support classes or all of the defense classes. I also think that just by the way that characters are designed in Team Fortress and in World of Warcraft, you kind of grow an attachment to the theme of your class. So like, you know, the paladins, and they have these class halls that you can go in and you really get absorbed into the paladin lore. And it kind of works the same way in TF2, where each of these characters have that kind of personality that you kind of grow attached to, and you like that. And so when you're in a game that is defined by classes like this, you kind of have to approach the design of the game differently. When I look at different team compositions in Team Fortress, when you're playing, whether you're playing in a pub server or you're playing in a competitive server, I mean, look at the game that I've been playing in right now. No one is playing a healing class. And part of the reason why that's the case is because only 1 out of the 9 classes are healing classes. So if you're a brand new player to Team Fortress and you look at the main menu and you decide which class you're going to play, there's a 1 in 9 chance you choose the healer. There's, you know, a very big chance for you to not choose the healer. And because you get very heavily invested into becoming an engineer main like Uncle Dane, or becoming a spy main like Stabby Stabby, now you're kind of just invested in that class. And when you're on a team where no one's playing medic and someone goes, hey, we need a healer right now, you're like, oh, I don't really play medic. I don't really know that class that well. I mostly just play heavy. Like, I'm not really going to be able to play medic for you here. Sorry, bud. And that you run into this problem more often than not. And one of the ways that World of Warcraft was able to tackle this problem, very interestingly, was they gave each of the classes multiple roles. So let me show you guys the World of Warcraft page here. You'll see here's the classes that are in the game. Warrior has tank and damage. Paladin has tank, healer, and damage. Rogue has damage. Some of them are just damage only, which, you know, it doesn't really fit the class lore of a rogue to be a healer, in the same way that it would be kind of difficult for a scout to be a healer. But, you know, a lot of these classes serve multiple roles. And that's kind of what I want to see in Team Fortress. You know, in World of Warcraft, 5 out of the 12 classes can be full-time healers, and they actually are all legitimate and viable. And the game is designed for different classes to be healers. That's what creates different and interesting team compositions. I would love for that to happen in Team Fortress. Now, John Milter, one of my friends out there who watches my videos, always is like, SLIN, you know, what's the way that you're just gonna mess up my game so I don't have any more fun anymore? And John, rest assured, I'm not trying to mess up your game. I'm just trying to bring a different perspective to Team Fortress and kind of inspire people to think about the game in a different way. I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to reinvent the game, or I'm not trying to break something that's fun that you enjoy right now. I'm just saying, you know, Team Fortress doesn't have to be so stale. It doesn't have to be designed in such a way where only one class can heal. And if you don't like playing as the medic, well, tough luck. I think there is room in Team Fortress, especially with the way that the weapon system is designed, to allow different classes to heal. And that would give people who have chosen themselves to be heavy mains to say, hey, you know what? My team doesn't have a healer this round. I'm going to equip a sandwich and just start tossing that at people. And that's a legitimate way to heal in Team Fortress. Now, you guys are going to start, I can already feel people raging in the comments, but just hear me out for a second. So like in World of Warcraft, every healer has a different specific healing role and healing type that makes it unique, that would encourage you to choose that healer over other types of healers. For example, Paladin is the best single target tank healer in the game. He casts each one of his casts. Each one of his casts are like 2 seconds long. So he has to cast each cast and he's just healing one target. Druids, on the other hand, have instant casts, but each one of their heals are heals over time. So he's the best healing over time. He can spread his heals all around. Shaman is the best at AoE heals. He has this thing called chain heal that he can cast and it heals a bunch of different people. So each one of these healers have different strengths that would encourage you to bring that healer to specific situations. Let's look at Team Fortress, and I've already kind of imagined some classes that could be healers. Some of you guys might not like the way that this sounds, but let's go back to my example of Heavy, right? He's got a sandwich, which you can toss at people to heal. You know, what if Medic was the best single target heal over time healer, just like a Paladin? And the Heavy was the best at instant cast burst healing. So he has different kinds of sandwiches maybe, or maybe he's got like one sandwich he just throws all the time at different people, but he's kind of got to be close range to toss it at you. Or maybe one day like the Heavy, and because he's so strong, he can just throw the sandwich across the map at people and aim that shot. You can make different weapons with the Heavy. I'm not worried about class balance right now. I'm just worried about class lore and maybe fitting that into the game. Let's look at like Engineer, who has mini sentries and dispensers. How about mini dispensers? That'd be kind of a weird idea, but you know, imagine like a Symmetra-like, I'm just kind of imagining like a Symmetra-ish NG support class that can put dispensers around the map and people can go to those dispensers when they need health. Or, you know, Sniper seems like an obvious one, which you can steal directly from Overwatch because they took the Jarate and put it on Ana and started healing people. And the Sniper could be a long-range healing class in Team Fortress. And the last one that I have is the Pyro, because he's got that rainbow gun. And instead of the rainbow gun doing damage, I'm not sure if this will fit class lore, but the rainbow gun instead heals your teammates. And that would make the Pyro a particularly good AoE healer or something. This is just a really like off-the-wall way of thinking about the game. But I think, you know, as we see Valve start to develop competitive more and settle into some kind of metagame, I don't want to see a metagame where every single team has to have a medic on that team. And one of the problems in Team Fortress, let me skip to some footage here. One of the problems in Team Fortress so far is that the medic is so overpowered, they have to keep buffing the medic because no one wants to play the medic in pubs. So they keep making the medic move faster and the crossbow heals for more and this and that. And they really are trying to encourage people to play medic because no one wants to play medic. Rather than trying to take that approach, keep the medic at a decent, even power level, and instead give other classes the ability to heal. That'll give people who are dedicated engineer mains an opportunity to have a role on a 6v6 team that they feel comfortable playing with. That, hey, I can be an engineer main, and sometimes I can be a tank, sometimes I can be a support class, or sometimes I can be a DPS machine. It gives people that flexibility, just like in World of Warcraft, and then you end up with even more interesting and unique team compositions, so that maybe in a grand finals one day, you might not even see a medic on one of the teams. Let me know what you guys think about this idea in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and bell me, bros. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.